Good morning, dear students. Welcome in online classes. Dear students, today we will start with Civics, chapter number 15. The central government, the legislature, and the executive. Dear students, last year we had studied about that Constitution of India. In Constitution of India, we had already learned about that how the Constitution of India explain the features, interpret the other things, and how the Constitution of India divided the power and function between the central government and the state government. You know, in our country there are federal structure type of the government. One for the nations, for both the nations, known as the central government or union government, and for the different states, known as the state government. Those are control the state. So the power also distributed between the central government and the state government. In this lecture, we have discussed about the organs of the government, how the organs and which organs control the whole administrations of our country. So let us see the central government, the legislature, and the executive. Organs of the government, there are three important organs of the government, namely legislature, executive, and judiciary. What is work of legislature? What is the work of executive? And what is the work of judiciary? We discuss one by one. First of all, in legislature, what is the work of the legislature? Actually, the legislature in our country make the laws. It make the laws for the nations. It make the law. Legislature क्या करता है? Law को prepare करता है, make करता है. Okay? Next, execute the law. You can say that run the law. Okay? It implements the laws. Who? Which organs? Executive implements the laws. And third, the independent body known as the judiciary. What is the work of the judiciary? It interprets and appeals the laws and administrates justice. Especially interprets the laws means to explain the laws. What is the purpose of the laws, and if the law is not according to our Constitution of India, then the judiciary can cancel the law. If you can say in our official language, the judiciary can declare the law null and void. Okay, so judiciary can interpret and appeal the laws and administrate justice. Okay, so there are three organs of the government: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature, law-making body. Executive, execute the law, means to run the law, to run the administrations. And judiciary, to interpret the laws and policy and also administrate the justice. This is the work and this is the functions of the legislature and executive and the judiciary. So one time again we discussed about that. How many organs? There are three organs: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature, law-making body. Executive, to execute the law. Here you can say that to implements the laws, and judiciary, to interprets and appeals the laws and administrates justice. Now, in legislature, our legislature, in which type of the nature? Bicameral nature. Okay, the central government in India is called Parliament. The central government of India is called the Parliament. It is bicameral. Why it is called that bicameral? Because there are two houses in the legislature body, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. So it is known as the bicameral legislature in our country because there are two house. जहाँ कहीं भी two house होते हैं उसे हम bicameral legislature कह सकते हैं, कहते भी हैं, कह नहीं सकते, कहते हैं. Okay, so Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, that is the two important houses into the legislature body. Okay, in executive body, which points in executive, the first president, after that vice president, then after prime minister and council of ministers work under the executive body. Which one? President, vice president, prime ministers and council of ministers, they all are important part of the executive body. Then after judiciary, our judiciary is divided into three stages. First, apex court known as the Supreme Court. Second, High Court, and third one, subordinate courts. So dear students, if you see that in the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, what is the work of the Lok Sabha and what is the work of the Rajya Sabha? First of all, we want to introduce about the name of the Lok Sabha. Actually, Lok Sabha is also known as the House of the People. House of the People. It is also known as the lower chamber or lower house. Okay. Rajya Sabha known as the permanent house. It is also known as the upper house and it is also known as the Council of States. Okay. There are different names: Council of State, permanent house and upper house, and finally the official name Rajya Sabha. For Lok Sabha, official name, it is also known as lower house and it is also known as the house of the people. Okay, let us see here Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, in our Lok Sabha, the composition is total number of members. How many members in the Lok Sabha? If you see that the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha 552, it is the maximum strength 552. There are two type of members, elected and nominated. How many elected? 550 are elected from the different states and from the union territory through the direct elections. Through the direct election, it is a very important point. The member of the Lok Sabha elected through the direct election on the basis of universal adult franchise. What is universal adult franchise? I hope that you all are familiar. The meaning of universal adult franchise means the age above 18 years. The age above the 18 years, the members who participated in the election of the Lok Sabha. The age are 18 or above the 18 years, they all participated in the election of the Lok Sabha. So we can say the election of the Lok Sabha, which manner? Direct. But the election of the Rajya Sabha, not direct, it is happening in the indirect. Okay? Rajya Sabha election going on through the indirect manner and Lok Sabha election going on through the direct election on the basis of universal adult franchise. Okay. See that maximum strength of the Lok Sabha, how many? 552. In 552, 550 members elected from different states and union territories through the direct elections. Clear? Any doubt? If any doubt or any query, so please you can ask me through my WhatsApp number. Okay? Total maximum strength of the Lok Sabha 552. There are two type of members, elected and nominated. Total number of elected member 550 and total number of nominated members 2, known as the Anglo-Indian. Okay, I hope that clear. Two nominated members, who nominated them? President of India. They belong to the Anglo-Union community. They both members, two Anglo-Indians nominated by the president, they belong to the Anglo-Indian community, Anglo-Indian community. So there are two types of members, elected and nominated. In which house? Into the Lok Sabha. If the question is asked, what is the strength? What is the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha? Then your question is, what is the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha? Your answer is maximum strength of the Lok Sabha 552. There are two types of the members, elected and nominated. Okay. All the members of the Lok Sabha known as the MPs, and all the members of the Rajya Sabha also known as the MPs. MPs means, what is the full form of MPs? Member of Parliament. MPs full form what is? Member of Parliament. So all the MPs in the Lok Sabha divided into two groups, elected and nominated. How many elected? 550 elected through the direct election from different states and from the union territories, and two Anglo-Indians nominated by the president. They belong to the Anglo-Indian community. It is the composition of the Lok Sabha. After that, what is the durations of the member of the Lok Sabha? Generally, the duration of the Lok Sabha, how many years? 5 years. The term or the duration of the Lok Sabha 5 years. After 5 years, the Lok Sabha dissolved, and then after the fresh elections held. Okay, the normal term of the Lok Sabha 5 years, but it can be decreased or it can be increased in case of any emergency. Like that, in case of national emergency, the duration of the Lok Sabha can be increased for 6 months. In case of, if the no confidence motion is passed, if the no confidence motion is passed into the parliament, then before expiry term, the Lok Sabha can dissolve by the president. Understand? Duration, normal duration, what is? 5 years. But in case of emergency, it can be increased for 6 months by the president. And in case of, if the no confidence motion is passed against the ministers, against the Lok Sabha, then it can be dissolved before the expiry term. But the normal term of the Lok Sabha is how many years? 5 years. Okay. So dear students, today we have discussed about the organs of the government, legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature, lawmaking body; executive, it implements the laws; judiciary, it interprets and appeals the laws and administrates justice. What is the legislature? In which part included into the legislature? Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, our parliament, bicameral, and Lok Sabha known as the lower house, house of the people, and manner of election, direct elections. In Lok Sabha, this type of election is going on through the direct election. The member elected, maximum strength 552 into the Lok Sabha, and total 550 members elected from the different states and from the union territories, and two Anglo-Indian nominated by the president. What is the duration of the Lok Sabha? Normally 5 years, but it can be increased in case of emergency, and it can be dissolved before its expiry term if the no confidence motion is passed. Okay, I hope that each and every points able to understand. Tomorrow we again discuss about that what is the qualifications for the member of the Lok Sabha, and then after the speaker, the function and power of the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Okay, thank you.